So construction actually got started in 1946. They had to mill the parts, possibly bond and all that stuff for it. So I guess they're getting closer to the 6 months, eh? Like they had to move it from Sunday Bay and bring it down. So due to the fact that we're expecting it to rain for the remainders of this week / weekend, the Baking Pot Ferry have been closed on the Belize Old River. This is by request. Follower was just asking for progress and update. Sometimes if you put a little bit of WD-40 on it, both sides, let it sit, that works. Otherwise you heat it up with the torch, and that's one way you can take the nuts and bolts off when they're frozen on there. Then work on the bridge actually began in 1948. So some of the picnic tables are totally and completely submerged under the mighty Macall River. Part of the roadway is covered and a section is not. But that's stating the obvious, right? So in past years, this is wet season / hurricane season, July to October, November. So Tropical Storm Julia made landfall in Costa Rica as a Category 1 storm. I do believe it was, well, let's not go down there. So Julia caused widespread flooding in the region. I would say the region that will be in Central America. It basically is doing the same thing like what this one is doing currently. So October 2023 had major flooding happening, but there was no major serious injuries that the tropical storm had caused when it hit the region. There's something floating down. This is the Botois area. As I have stated too, it's expecting to rain like this all week long. I think we're scheduled to have a massive thunderstorm hit tomorrow as well. So that means Julia did the same thing, right? When she hit, I will add that to the description, which would be the year. I did start off by doing that, but I think when I start doing my research, my brain was still asleep, as I felt like maybe I marked it properly, but I did not. Like the water is starting to receding. It did cover this section of the deck, as you can see sediment on it. So in October 2023, Belize definitely got hit by tropical storm again within the same month of October as well. It did had another major event that hit the nation in 2022 as well. So on this day, October 2023, Belize had this day where you had the Ministry of Agriculture and the Orange Walk Technical High School commemorate World Food Day in Damopan on this day. So it seemed like the river is going down. It has dropped approximately about 4 feet. I'll go over there and highlight it. So as you can see, the sediment residue to indicate that this was submerged underwater, and it came right up there to the first thread, which would be this one right there, just above that. It did hit this section over here as well, so you can see. So she is receding. Please note that I do believe the Chaleo Dam is at max. The Baking Pot Ferry is also closed. So it seems like there's a pattern that's happening with the wet season, where the hurricane hits and they have severe hurricane or tropical storms that hit right around the ending of hurricane or wet season, which is October. They claim that October is the ending of it, but it also sometimes extends into November. Don't be a litter bug. Put trash in its rightful place. Give a hoot, don't pollute. So all this was underwater last night. That was, let's say, between 5 to about 8. Possibly push it back farther. But like I said, it was all the way up here. Bear with me as I describe it out for you. Right there, it had gotten up to there, then it seemed like it got up to here as well. This is another little landmark. So last night when I was down here, all this right here where I'm standing currently would be underwater. There's the silt. So Hurricane Lisa did hit us in November 2nd, 2022. Had severe flooding and extensive damage to property. Check that out, the slurry, mud slurry. So this is the reason why we try to stress and talk about preserving Mother Earth. That's the topsoil right there. You have 3 to 6 inches of topsoil that you use to grow. So if you clean your property down to bare ground, when it rains, that's what you're washing away. You're giving away all the nutrition and stuff from off the land. You're stripping the natural energy, nitrogen, sulfur from out of the land. Yes, the river do need some of that as well. So like cut back on the chemical usage. All that stuff ends up in the river. The current is much stronger today than it was last night, because I barely walked in. I got in about another 4 feet from the edge, and I can feel immense pressure. If I don't pay attention, I could take a slip and slide and go for a swim. And I think that's about 12 inches deep. Parking lot is completely submerged. And as I've stated in previous videos in the past, that they had several hurricanes back in the day that would or tropical storm, and this was before my time, talking about 60+ years, and it brought sand from the Maya Mountains, Mountain Pine Ridge area, and deposit right over here in this parking lot. But due to the fact that now we have the Cholillo Dam, that stuff won't happen as much. Yeah, it's pretty strong today. So just be mindful on your property, on your land, or your farm when you're growing. Try to use the grass. Remember, grass and all these different types of things, weeds and stuff, they have roots, so they trap the clippings, and the clippings become mulch, which after a while it becomes soil, topsoil. So she made it all the way up to here. I forgot to grab the microphone again. So yesterday there were some young men walking through here using this area to fish. Now it's totally submerged underwater. So it did stop raining last night from roughly 6:30-ish till about 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. this morning when it commenced again. It has topped between 4 and 5, and then it kicked up again, and it's been going on since. But it's not coming down too heavily. It's could be considered a mist. Like, even though you can hear it on the umbrella, they're mist-like. It's just the little droplets are pretty thick. Current time is 6:30 a.m. So for the past 3 years, the month of October have been pretty intense in the region, which is Latin America, Central America, and parts of the Caribbean, getting hit with hurricanes or tropical storm. And that's electrical for a lantern. So I guess maybe when it raised that extra 2 feet last night, maybe the dam released a tad bit, because they did say they were at capacity as well yesterday. So this deck was submerged up to about 6 inches of water was in here. See the debris right here? It was underwater. The young man just stated that it rose yesterday at a rapid pace. So market day, as in the San Ignacio Bazaar, is closed for today. Well, currently it's closed, but we don't know if it's going to remain shut for the entire day. This is life on the Macal / Maya River Valley Belt. And since I walked back to the deck, it has receded at least about maybe 2 feet. Those are the water level mark as she rose. Clock her. Like, mental note, if you have your property, say you're a new farmer, you're just getting your property, leave the trees along your property boundary line. And if you're one of those farmers that have your ranch already clean, plant trees intermittently in between the different fence line. It will help your property immensely. This area is closed to the automobile, to the general public, to traffic. Give a hoot, don't pollute. So market is officially closed for today. The sun is supposed to rise at 6 this morning. She is just now peeking, or he's just now peeking in, punching a hole into the clouds to this tropical system. I think it's close to 7 a.m.